Let me ask you something. You have a job. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Maybe it's decent, maybe it's actually really good money. But somehow, every time you open your banking app, you're staring at a number that doesn't make sense. You're not buying boats. You're not at the casino. You're just living. And you're still broke. If that hits close to home, this video is for you. Because the problem is not your paycheck. It's something else entirely. And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly what it is, and what to actually do about it. Don't go anywhere. Here's the lie we've all been sold. If I just made more money, everything would be fine. I used to believe that. And so did a lot of people who are now pulling in $80,000, $100,000 a year, and still have nothing in savings. Let me give you a real example. There's a guy, let's call him Marcus. Marcus earns $85,000 a year in a mid-sized city. Good job, steady income. But every month around the 22nd, he's moving money around hoping his rent clears before his Netflix does. Now meet his coworker Jess. She makes $52,000. She's not rolling in it. But she has a $6,000 emergency fund. She contributes to her 401k. She's not stressed about money. Same company. Same economy. Different results. The difference isn't income. It's behavior. And that's exactly what we're getting into right now. Okay, reason number 1. And this one is sneaky because it actually feels like progress. Lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. Or worse, it goes up faster. You get a raise. Suddenly the Honda Civic isn't good enough. You want the BMW. Then you need an apartment that matches the new you. Then the wardrobe has to match the apartment. Then the vacations have to match the wardrobe. Nobody announces it. Just happens. Quietly. Every single time life gets a little better. Here's how it looks in real numbers. Say you were making $45,000 and saving $200 a month. Then you get promoted to $70,000. You should be saving significantly more, right? But instead you upgraded your apartment by $600 a month, got a car payment, started eating out 5 times a week, and now you're saving $150. Less than before. Your income went up by $25,000 a year. Your savings went down. That is lifestyle inflation, and it is eating you alive. The fix. Every time your income goes up, your savings rate goes up first, before anything else changes. Automated immediately, before your lifestyle has time to adjust. Reason 2, you have intentions, not systems. Raise your hand if you've said this. I'm going to be really serious about saving this month. And then the month ended. And your savings account looked exactly the same. Not because you're irresponsible. Because you had an intention, not a system. Here's the difference. An intention says, I'll save whatever's left at the end of the month. A system says, $300 moves to my savings account automatically on the 1st, before I even see it. That's it. That is the entire secret. If you wait until the end of the month to save what's left, nothing will be left. Because money always finds somewhere to go. The Uber Eats order. The Amazon impulse buy at midnight. The friend's birthday dinner you couldn't say no to. The small subscription you forgot was still running. Pay yourself first. Set up an automatic transfer to a high-yield savings account. Ideally one that's not connected to your debit card. That tiny bit of friction does the heavy lifting for you. The most financially solid people I know are not the most disciplined. They're the ones who made the right decision once and then automated it. Stop relying on willpower. Build the system. Reason 3, the social spending trap. This next one is a little uncomfortable. But we're going there. Social spending. In America, there is enormous pressure, visible or not, to spend money to look like you're doing well. The bachelor party in Vegas. The destination bachelorette. The wedding gift for someone you see twice a year. Going out with coworkers because you don't want to be that person. Keeping up with what everyone else seems to be doing on Instagram. And then there's family. Helping a sibling with rent. Co-signing for someone. Sending money home. Being the one who has a good job. So every family emergency somehow becomes your financial emergency. I'm not telling you to cut off everyone you love. But here's the truth. You cannot help anyone from a place of financial instability. You cannot pour from an empty account. You need a social budget. Decide. I have $200 a month for social obligations, dinners, gifts, events. When it's gone, it's gone. And hold that line. That's not being cheap. That's being responsible. Because the version of you that's financially secure can help people for years. The broke version? That runs out fast. And if people in your life make you feel guilty for having a budget, that tells you more about them than it does about you. Reason 4: zero visibility on your money. Real question. Do you actually know where your money goes every month? Not roughly. Not rent, food, and stuff. I mean the actual numbers. Most people have no idea. And that's dangerous. Because you cannot manage what you cannot see. Here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, track every single dollar you spend. Use an app like Mint or a NAB, a Google Sheet, your Notes app, anything. Just write it down. I promise you, you will find at least one category that shocks you. Reason 5: the broke mindset in disguise. Last one. And this is the deepest. There's a mindset that keeps people broke. And it sounds completely reasonable. Sounds like this. I work hard. I deserve to enjoy my money. And yes, you absolutely do. But there's a version of that belief that becomes a trap. When I deserve this becomes the justification for every single purchase. The new iPhone, the trip, the designer bag, the dinner out every weekend. And there's never anything left for future you. Future you is real. Future you has rent to pay, a car that might break down, a medical bill that comes out of nowhere. Future you might want to start a business or take time off or retire before 70. Future you is counting on present you to make a few sacrifices. Wealthy people don't invest with what's left over. They invest first off the top and live on the rest. It's a completely different philosophy. And it starts with deciding that building wealth is not optional, not something you do when it's convenient. It's a line item, non-negotiable. Like rent. Spending every dollar you earn isn't enjoying life. It's just delaying the anxiety. And that anxiety, trust me, costs way more than anything you bought today. The plan: 3 rules to start this week. Alright. 3 rules. Write these down. Rule 1. Pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck hits, move at least 10% to a separate high-yield savings account automatically. Not 10% of what's left, 10% off the top. Before anything else. Rule 2. Know your baseline. What does 1 month of your actual life cost? Not what you want. What you need. Rent, groceries, utilities, transportation. Know that number cold. Everything above it is a choice, not a necessity. Rule 3. Fix 1 leak this week. Just 1. Cancel the subscription you're not using. Cut the expense that's costing more than it gives you. 1 action. This week. Not someday. You don't need to flip your entire life upside down tonight. You just need to take 1 honest step forward. And then another. That's how every single person who turned their finances around actually did it. 1 step at a time. So here's the recap. You're not broke because you don't earn enough. You're broke because of lifestyle inflation that sneaks up every time you level up, because you rely on willpower instead of systems, because social pressure quietly drains your account, because you have zero visibility on where your money actually goes, and because a mindset that says I deserve it has no off switch. Every single one of those things is fixable. None of it requires a higher salary. It requires a different approach starting today. If this video hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because next week we're breaking down how to build a real budget that works for your actual life. Not a perfect spreadsheet. Not some theory. Your real life. I'll see you then.